Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Cynthia. I thought I saw Mike Lyman in the chat. Show me the chat. There we go. Live chat. Emmy Lyman in my house. Cynthia Swearingen in my house. And Bonnie whispers from the dirt in my house. A little change of plans, you guys. The cellar hole is on top of a hill. and just had lightning strike that shook the ground. So I'm not in the cellar hole anymore. I'm in my car. So, okay. And the sun just came out again, but I just checked radar and it's not looking good. There's just too much lightning. So, hi, Paul, American Woodland Relics. No, it just disappeared again. So, I'm going to talk about my trip. I don't know what else to do because it's just, I don't take chances with lightning ever since that one video I did that it literally hit the hill. And this is the highest point, the second highest point in an area that I'm in. So, and as soon as it hit, then I get a text from boyfriend saying, yeah, are you in the cellar hole? Yes. You need to get out of there. That's too high up. It's like, I'm going back to the car. So, anyhow, it doesn't look like we're going to get to do a cellar hole dig today. So, that's the way Mother Nature rolls. What can I say? But I'm sure we have a lot of catching up to do. Because I was gone on vacation for 7 or 8 days, something like that. Okay, where is my chat? So 12 people in the house, 8 thumbs ups. Thank you so much. Bill, Papa Rouse, what's in the dirt? Welcome back. See if I'm missing anybody. Yeah, because the cellar hole is on top of a hill that's about, I don't know, 50 feet higher, 50 or 100 foot higher than the ground. So, not a good idea. And when I checked radar, we're going to have a storm come through, which I may have to move again. It just depends on which way it's blowing. I'm not sure. I think it's going southeast. Hi, Bill. Hi, Belinda. Hi, Mark the Berg Hunter. Thank you for coming, everybody. I appreciate it. So, some of you went to the Dig It Dude event. It looks like everybody had a good time there. Ned, I wish you could have gone, but it just wasn't in the cards. So, Jackson and I left, I think it was a week ago last Wednesday. And we went to DC first and stayed in a really nice hotel. Everybody was really nice and that. And he took me to his childhood home. I got to see where he grew up. One of the homes. I mean, he lived in Southern California too. His dad would get transferred different places. Hi, Randy. Thank you for coming. See if I missed anybody else in the house. 14 in the house on a summer evening. That's pretty good. Thank you so much. Seeing as I've been out of town for a little while. And so I got to see where he lived when he lived in Maryland. And that. And yeah, the flight there was crazy. We checked in ahead. Then we checked my bag because my bag both our bags were checked because it was a nonstop flight. We felt pretty safe doing that on a nonstop, that they wouldn't get lost. So no sooner did we check our bags, my son texted me and he goes, somebody's texting me stuff about your flight. And I'm going, what in the world? And I'm looking, and Jackson goes, did you get any texts? No. He checks his phone. He didn't get any. They were sending flight changes to my son's phone instead of our phones. And he was just listed as an emergency contact. That's all. Saying that our flight was delayed. That's fine. Flight's delayed. No biggie. It was delayed like a half hour. And that. And then, by the time he sent me the second one, and we went to the counter and tried to get it fixed. I said, you need to be sending these to me and Jackson, not my son. And that, they moved it up 10 minutes. So then we're scrambling to get through TSA, and we get to the gate and they've already boarded. And we missed our flight. It was nuts. Hi, Johnny. Thank you for coming. So we missed our flight, so then we had to quick book another flight, which was difficult at the last minute. We had to go into a different airport. Meanwhile, our bags are on that plane, not going to the same airport. You know, and then Jackson had to make call to the car rental company and all this to let them know we were going to be late. Luckily, they're at the airport. They're open 24/7, thank goodness. And, or till 11, something like that. So we fly into Reagan instead of the first airport. And we take the shuttle to the car rental place. And we get there, and there's a big line. Everybody's ticked off. There's a wait of an hour and a half, and we're going, oh my God. But we got to the car rental place before they closed, so that was a good thing. So finally, we get our car rental, and it was really weird. It was really weird how they did this. We followed them to it was like in a parking structure. Half the lights weren't working, and they said, see those cars against the back wall? Pick whatever one you want. And I said, do you got a key? No, the keys are in it. And it was one of those the new push button versions, which ID Spud, we're not familiar with. We're walking around in the dark trying to decide which car we want. It was just weird, though, how they did that. We get in the car, and it starts storming, and Jackson's having trouble seeing. So he pulls over, and then I take over driving. We drove to the hotel, checked in, went back to the car, took off for the other airport to get our luggage. Jackson pulls up because our luggage is at baggage pickup or whatever it's called. And that's the same place that people that are getting off the plane, their families pick them up at. So he just kept the car running. I ran in. Luckily, I've got the giant purple suitcase, so I found it fast. Hi, Al. Hi, Uncle Al. Oldies and goodies in my house. Grab his duffel bag, my giant suitcase. You know, I had my backpack, but that just, that didn't have my clothes in it. Run back, trying to find Jackson in the crowd of cars. We get the stuff in the car, and then we switch, and I drive again and drive back to the hotel. I think we got to bed about 2:30 in the morning. It was quite the fiasco. That's how our trip started. So, Air flight nowadays is nothing like it used to be. Nothing at all like it used to be. We never found out why it was delayed and then moved back up by 10 minutes. Never found that out. But when I went to England, oh, it's getting windy here. When I went to England, it was delayed because they didn't have enough of the things the guys run around. They look like a giant, what do you call it? The thing that pulls the planes up and moves them out so that they can take off. There's a machine that they drive that pushes the plane back and out so that they can taxi to their runway. They didn't have enough of those. And our plane was delayed like 3 or 4 hours, something like that. It just getting delayed. Apparently, international is not high on the totem pole. International flights, they take care of the domestic flights first. Belinda says, I found out this weekend it's not a trip if there's not some kind of trouble. Exactly. Yeah, D-Spud, I was in the cellar hole and thought I saw lightning, and then all of a sudden I heard a crack of thunder, and it literally shook the ground. And my cellar hole is on top of a big hill, so I got the heck out of there. That's why I'm sitting in my car, for those of you that came in late. And then when I checked the radar, we got several bands. They're like, almost looks like hurricane bands, but it's not, of a storm coming. And D-Spud's in the Saginaw Bay City area. Yep, you're getting hit right now too. So when I saw I had more coming, I said, well, this isn't going to happen. We'll just have a chit-chat in the car, I guess. Because I can't switch the stream to my studio when I've scheduled it on my phone. So I had to still do it on my phone. Yeah, that's what I'm watching, Cynthia. That's what I'm watching. I'm worried about my friends down there, because when Ian went through, it was supposed to hit Tampa. And they kept watching it and seeing if it was changing course. And it didn't change course until minutes before it hit the coast. And then it hit, I think, Fort Myers instead. And that was terrible. Yep, Bonnie, you too. You guys be safe. Watch out for flash flooding and stuff. Jeez. I hope you guys have a multi-story house, because they're talking torrential rains there. So that's how Jackson's and my trip started. And that. Let's see if I missed anybody else in the chat. SD Spud. I said hi to Randy and Mark. I think I'm okay. 18 in the house still. Thank you so much. 15 thumbs up. 18 in the house. Thank you so much. So, the first day, I'm trying to think. The first day we went to the Museum of Natural History. And I am working on, those are the toughest videos. And you guys all wanted me to video everything, so I did as much as I could. Those are the toughest videos to edit. Because there was, it's built like a bunch of rotundas. So everything echoes. So like I focus on something and do a clip on that. And then we go to the next thing and I do a clip on that. Trying to have not so much echo sound. And tons of people, even though we went in August, which is a slower month in the summer, it was packed. It was packed. So we spent one whole day at the Museum of Natural History. One whole day. and got to see dinosaurs, got to see the, what's the name of that sapphire? Or the Hope Diamond. Got to see the Hope Diamond. That was in a different part. Got to see a real, well, a life-size megalodon. Got to see my T-Rex, dude. So, was very, very interesting. I really enjoyed the museums. So we did that first. And then we went to, let's see, that would have been Thursday. Then Friday, it was Friday that Jackson took me to see his home, the house he grew up in when they lived in Maryland. He took me to, we went and visited his parents and his brother in the cemetery they're buried, because he wanted to make sure I knew where I have to take him when his time comes. So did that, and then we started our drive, which was only supposed to be an hour and a half, 2 hours max, to Gettysburg. And I'm driving. First of all, one thing I don't like about DC is the traffic is insane. I thought Detroit traffic was the worst in the world. No. DC traffic is unbelievable. The speed limit in Washington, D.C. is 30 miles an hour max. And then you're bumper to bumper. And super humid there. You know, they're not far from the water, from the ocean. So we start off, we're doing good. Going down the expressway, all of a sudden, brake lights. What should have took us an hour and a half, 2 hours, took us almost 3.5 hours. Because we were literally in a parking lot. That we get to our hotel just before dark. And I'm trying to think. I think we went somewhere for dinner. I'm trying to remember where we went for dinner. Oh, we went to the open air belonging to the Farnsworth House in downtown Gettysburg. We went there and had burgers for dinner and then we drove back to the inn because we wanted to get back there by 9 o'clock, because that's when the owner took everybody on a tour. Told us the history and all that. So I did a video on that. And we went down the cellar that's supposed to be haunted. And somebody just filmed that too. Just did an investigation in the cellar like 13 days before I had been there. And then after we got done with the tour, I asked permission if I could metal detect the property for them, and I showed them the Riker box I had and everything. He said, no, he says, I got a sour taste in my mouth from metal detectors. I said, oh my God, from what? Apparently, and this didn't make sense to me, apparently his next door neighbor gave somebody permission to detect, and then she never got to see what they found, but yet this was somebody that he knew. And I said, well, then why would it give you a bad taste in your mouth? If it's somebody you know, I said, is it the same person I know that has that permission? I'm not going to say who it was. I haven't been able to reach them to try to convince them to show her what they found. And he said, I don't want you starting any trouble with them because I have to live with these people. So that was, I said, and I said, I'm not like that. I'm like the goody two-shoes of metal detecting, for God's sake. I said, I'll let your daughter use my machine. I'll teach her how to use it. She can dig it all up. just to help you get it out of the ground, and I'll give you the Riker box to put everything in. Wouldn't do that either. I said, okay. So then, at first, he basically told us we had pretty much full run of the hotel or the inn. So I go to get my stuff to go downstairs and do an investigation, because most people would do it when it was later in the evening. And he informs me he doesn't allow anybody to go down there anymore. Hasn't for 3 months. And I'm going, wait a minute, what about so-and-so? They just put their video up 2 weeks ago. Didn't respond to me and walked away from me. I was like, whoa. So, you know, what do you do? What do you do? I don't know if what they said was true or not. Hi, Blood Dragoon. 16 in my house. Thank you so much. Hi, Tracy. Finding Goodies. Hi, Chris. Treasure Trolls. It just seemed kind of odd. Something felt strange. Yeah, Chris is running naked through the chat. I'm scrolling back to see if I've missed anybody. So I've been talking for a bit. I think I've got everybody. So, you know, hi, Scott. So that's the way it goes sometimes. Let me get my ice water. That's the way it goes sometimes. Not everybody is comfortable having you know, detect. And you just be kind, don't be nasty, and just say, well, thank you for your time. So I went and I had already set everything up several times. Every time we left the inn, I set up cameras, I set up voice recorder, I set up all my trigger objects, and that, trying to capture stuff. I haven't gone through the voice recorder yet. I've got to hook that up to my computer to do it. Congratulations, Scott. And that. But, you know, I had to punt, basically, when my game plan got changed, because that was my intention, was to do an investigation. Slept really good, really nice hotel, really nice hotel with great history, decorated well. The breakfasts were phenomenal. They make fantastic cookies. And that. His wife was very, very nice. So nothing bad to say about the hotel whatsoever. We had a good time there. We met other people interested in the history and the paranormal and that. So that was on Friday night. Saturday we got up and we had breakfast at the inn, because it's included. And we went to the battlefield and toured most of the battlefield. And about 10 o'clock, we left early, and about 10 o'clock, 10:30, I said, Jackson, we have to find a place. Look on that map. Where's a place that would have a restroom? Because I needed to go. And we were supposed to meet friends of mine later that afternoon for dinner, and then go do some paranormal investigations on the battlefield. Or near the battlefield. I don't think it's actually on it. And I'm walking up to the visitor center of the Gettysburg battlefield, and who is walking towards me but Sandy? I said, she goes, what are the chances we'd run into each other early amongst thousands of people? It was kind of uncanny. And that, gave each other a hug, and, you know, talked about what time we were going to meet for dinner and that. So then we met at the same place that we had dinner the night before, because they allowed doggies. And Sandy and Dave brought their little dog Spike. So they even have a menu for doggies. And they give you free water and a dog dish for them and everything. It was kind of cute. So, but I was able to go to Culp's Hill, where I had family that died in that battle. And I was able to find the monument for the 24th Michigan. So that was pretty cool. But I'm trying to remember which side I'm supposed to be looking at. Well, I'm looking at the correct side. So, but Little Round Top is still closed. We weren't able to do that, but we could see it. But we didn't realize, because of all the construction barrels and stuff out there, we didn't realize that Devil's Den was still open. Well, Sandy and Dave informed us at dinner, oh yeah, did you hit Devil's Den? I said, no. We missed Devil's Den somehow, and we missed the wheat field somehow. We must have drove by it, but I wanted to stop at the wheat field. And that, and the peach orchard. So she says, well, we have time before, because the park closes at dark. So, come on, chat, keeps disappearing. Hi, Jim Cloak. I think I'm caught up still. So we went to Devil's Den and that, and the pictures of Devil's Den do not do it justice, you guys. I tried to give you guys an idea of how big it really is and how far but somewhat close. I mean, you can see Little Round Top from Devil's Den, and the kind of battle it must have been, and just massive rocks. So Sandy and Dave and Jackson and I went there, and we explored Devil's Den. And then from there, Sandy wanted to go to the famous haunted Sachs Bridge. And we went there and did a paranormal investigation, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. Had fantastic results. So that video's edited. That'll be coming up. Then Sunday, now we were supposed to meet Mike of Great Finds, and he texted me and told me that somehow he hurt his arm or something, or got bit by something. I forget what he said, but his elbow swelled up like a balloon, and he went into emergency, and they thought maybe it was a tick bite, but they weren't sure. His daughter on Thursday had her tonsils out. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. And then his wife got called into work, so he had to stay home with his daughter. So we were never able to meet. But on Sunday, we went back and found the peach field, the peach orchard, the wheat field, and I forget what else we missed. Peach orchard, wheat field, and there was something else. And I did an investigation. Jackson and I did an investigation at the wheat field, and we had amazing results. So from there, we went to another restaurant. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of it. In Gettysburg, we were supposed to meet Detective Smile, Peter and his wife and his 2 daughters, and we had dinner with them. They treated us to dinner. Jackson was going to grab the check, and Peter's wife grabbed it without him even knowing it. First time somebody's been able to do that with Jackson. He was like, no, that's not right. And she goes, we invited you. We get to pay for the check. So, but we had a great dinner with them. It was great meeting Peter and that. And he said if we come back next year, because Sandy and Dave want us to come back next year, because Sandy thought that she and I worked real well together on investigating and that. And we just really enjoyed each other's company. And he said, if you come back next year, let me know, and I will take you out detecting with me. I said, cool. Because I wasn't able to detect because people have got in that area around where we were staying. Some bad actors ruined it for the rest of us. So, yes, Peter and Maria are awesome people. Yes, they are. And that. So, come on, chat. Quit disappearing on me. See if anybody else has popped in. I don't think so. And my full review is on the Facebook page in the entrance. Okay. That's cool, Scott. Very cool. So, let me think. So, then after we had dinner with them, then we drove back. Oh, wait, we stopped to get some souvenirs for my boys and me and Jackson. Got a sweatshirt. I got Jackson and my sons some t-shirts and that. Before we checked out of the hotel, I grabbed some mugs from the Cashtown Inn, and when I do my next, I'm overdue for my 5,000 subscriber giveaway, but I'm still recovering financially from the England trip, so still trying to finish paying off the credit card. And that I did get a mug that I'll be giving away eventually from there. It's really cool looking. So after we had dinner with Peter and Maria and the girls, we drove back to the same hotel in Washington, D.C., and we both ended up sleeping in so late, we just lazed around the hotel and explored the area around the hotel, walking and that. And the next day, but we went ahead and we scheduled a trip by open air car tour of Washington, D.C. And so I just got done editing a video on the history of the Capitol, and then a different video on the Lincoln Memorial, the Vietnam Memorial, the Martin Luther King Memorial. I think those three. Oh, and the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial, because we visited all those. Those were on my list to visit. Trying to think. So, and then the last day, we went to the Museum of American History. And that. It is an amazing place. It really is. I just don't like the traffic there. The traffic sucks. It's very terrible. Hi, Nightmare 44. Welcome to Digging with Deej. So, the last day, we went to the Museum of American History. Jackson, tell you what a stinker he is. He had gone in for a checkup before we left and failed to mention to his doctor that he might have a hernia. Was having trouble walking. I ended up viewing most of the Museum of Natural History by myself. or of American history by myself because he couldn't walk. When we went to the first museum, the first day we went to the first museum, he couldn't walk back to the car. I had to hail a cab to take us back to the car. And I thought it was really strange. That stinker has a hernia and didn't tell anybody. I mean, it could have got herniated or something. And then the morning after we got back, mosquito. The morning after we got back, I was calling his doctor and I said, I need to make an appointment for Jackson. Told her what happened. She goes, oh my God. I said, yeah. When's as soon as you can get him in? Well, it's this Friday he goes in. So, how the heck he could get a hernia, I don't know. But it's where, he won't show it to me either. And that. But it's in the groin area. I do know that much. So that's not good. Hi, Luterate. Johnny says, wait till the presidential motorcade goes through, LOL. It's always gridlocked. Yeah, I can believe it. That's a man being a man, Bonnie says. Yeah. I could kick his butt. I was so mad at him. I said, you were afraid he'd tell you couldn't go on vacation. That's why you didn't tell him. I'd rather have you be safe. My God. That's crazy. Did I see Frankie in the house? Hold on a minute. I could have sworn I saw something. Oh, Frank. Okay, Looter 8. Okay, sorry. So, and then flying home, I don't get upset about delays when they at least tell us why. I had no idea what was going on. Our flight home was delayed 4 times. We spent all day at the airport. It was nuts. And part of the night. We didn't fly into Detroit Metro until, I think we landed a little bit after midnight. Something like that. And then we found out, after we landed, from the people at the Delta, when you come off the plane, you're coming where everybody meets to board. People there had been delayed too. They couldn't take off because our plane was delayed because it couldn't land because Detroit Metro Airport had flooding rains on the runways. That's why it was delayed 4 times. And then there was a break in the weather, a big enough break that we could land. But I mean, he flew around the airport for probably 20 minutes before we finally landed. So then I went in to use the restroom that was right across from where they were going to board our plane. And they informed everybody that the plane was delayed until the next morning because of the terrible storms. They were expecting more torrential rain. And I'm thinking, whoa, they must have had some pretty dandy storms here to do that. Must be we have more coming. And that we get to our car, because we left our car in long-term parking, well, not airport parking, but with a special company nearby, and they picked us up. And I mean, it was lightning, like spiderweb lightning all across the sky, thunder and lightning and rain. We got soaked getting in our car and I drove back, and it's a good thing I know the route because people were driving 25 miles an hour on the expressway. That's how hard it was coming down. It was nuts. I was happy to be home when I got home. Let me tell you, because that was quite the ride home. So, but yeah. But I mean, we had a great time. It just, some weird stuff happened. So, but I've been working on editing videos since I got home, and that I went to the cellar hole to try to do a video, cellar hole sifting, and it was just so muddy in there. I said, no, I'm not even trying to climb down into that, or I may not be able to climb back out. But it's been a few days. I figured it was dry enough, and it was dry enough today. And then I hear lightning and thunder, and I went, uh-oh, I see lightning, and then I hear thunder, and it shakes the ground, and I'm up on top of a hill. No, time to go. So, come on, chat, quit disappearing. So is my signal good, Cynthia? I'm beginning to think, Cynthia, that that's just the way air travel is nowadays. That's good. And that. So, but I'm just thrilled that Sandy and I finally got to meet. Peter and Maria and the kids and I got to meet. I'm sad I didn't get to meet Mike from Great Finds, but maybe next time. I had tried to set up ahead to have Bo Aquachigger meet us for dinner, and his reply to me was, I don't do collaborations anymore. I said, I'm not asking for a collaboration. I just wanted to take you out to dinner. So he's had some bad experiences with collaborating with other channels. He trusts Mike, and I thought, this is odd. He must not remember who I am. It's like, I'm not like some people out there. But that's the way it goes sometimes, you just roll with the punches. So, bye, Paul and Belinda. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, except the problem with that, Scott, is both of our vehicles are over 10 years old. So we couldn't do that. I mean, we saw what happened when I went to when I went down to see last summer when I went down to stay with Karen, Metal Pirate Girl, and then on the way home ended up with a costly repair. 49th Parallel Canadian Artist Treasure Hunter. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to Digging with Deej. Sasquatch? Caucasian Sasquatch in my house. 22 in my house. Holy smokes, you guys. Wow. Adventure for Relics. Welcome back. Well, enjoy your pizza, Paul and Belinda. Let's see if I missed anybody else. Javier Garcia in my house. Welcome back, Javier. So, we had a good time, but I was just flabbergasted that when Sandy and Dave and Jackson and I went to the Sachs covered bridge, we got there and there was a whole bunch of people in the middle of the bridge sitting in lawn chairs, waiting for it to be dark to do an investigation. And it's like, I mean, they monopolized the bridge. Or they thought they did. And I looked at Sandy. I said, we can walk around them to the other side and try to do an investigation outside of it. Just on the outside edge of it. And that's what we did. And I was just flabbergasted that we got responses. I mean, pretty quick. In that. And had a good conversation. with the man that we were speaking with. So I'm hoping that one of us got something on our digital recorders, but I won't know until I've got to read the directions how to do it and hook it up to my computer and do it right so I don't lose it. Because I just about filled up my voice recorder, I think. Between leaving it going in our in the Robert E. Lee suite that we stayed in at Cashtown Inn, every time we took off to go somewhere, I would set it up, and cameras and everything. Never caught anything on camera. And that. So I'm hoping I got something on the voice recorder. We'll see. Hi, Jeff. Yep, I'm doing okay. I'm safe in my car. I'm waiting for it to start pouring here pretty quick, though. We had lightning and thunder. Thunder and lightning and then thunder that shook the ground. And I said, nope, we're done. And it was raining on me pretty good when I ran back to the car. So, but it did it before I actually had anything set up, so I don't have to go back. And that. So we'll have to try a cellar hole dig next week. Hopefully we'll have good weather for it. We'll see. So, but, and then I got even more responses when Jackson and I went to the wheat field. And that was an amazing conversation too. So, and I climbed the tower, and you guys know I'm afraid of heights. Hi, Jason, Dark Knight Detectorist. Welcome back. Let's see, 6:17. I'm gonna have to do my giveaway pretty soon. But yeah, my first 2 ever investigations using my K2 meter. It's like, whoa. But when I've used it to try to talk to family, I don't get anything. So it doesn't work for family, but it worked for the battlefield and Sachs Bridge. So that was pretty cool. But I want, I've never done anything like that before, and I wanted Sandy's guidance because Sandy has done that for years. So, and she's part of a paranormal investigation group and that. And it was weird. When we walked on the bridge, I could actually, the air felt heavy on the bridge. And it didn't make sense because you were in the shade. It's a covered bridge. You were in the shade on the bridge, and we weren't even 20 feet into the bridge. And it felt hard to breathe. It was weird. And that. And Sandy said she could feel an energy shift when she walked in. Because I stopped for a minute. I almost felt like I had heartburn. Kind of pressure. It was weird. So anybody find anything cool while I was gone? While they're out metal detecting or treasure hunting? I heard Scott found a cool button, his oldest button. Bye, Uncle Al. Thank you for coming. I hope you're still doing good. Jason said there was a English Civil War horde come up near me. Over 300 hammered coins and a rare gold hammered coin too. Find of a lifetime. Wow. Jeff said he went metal detect a couple months ago and he found a Tootsie dragster. Very cool. Cynthia says it's too hot to get out here. I bet. It was hot in D.C. I was surprised. Hot and muggy. Muggier than here in Michigan. Let's see. Let's see. Adventure for Relics found some more bottles. Very cool. So, anyhow, let me pull out our giveaway. Excuse me. The pollen count has been sky high lately. Whoa. We've had high pollen warnings lately since I got back. So, those of you who aren't familiar, excuse me, I do a humongous sticker pack giveaway. I'll mail it anywhere in the world. And I change the channel stickers that I give away each giveaway. So it's not the same people all the time. Wow. And my nose just cut loose. Pardon me, folks. So, this week, I think I've got 14 stickers or something like that. We've got Treasure Vortex. We've got Metal Detecting North Carolina, Mike. We've got Park Rat Pat. We've got It's Susie Q96. We've got Can Do Veteran. We've got M.A. Lyman 24, who was in the chat earlier. Goodness gracious. We got Jersey History Hunter. We've got Creek Geek. We've got Mama's Gone Detecting. We've got The Digologist. Goodness gracious. We've got Practical Ken. We've got Diggin' Florida, FL Thunder. And we've got mine. Goodness gracious. My sinuses are gushing down my throat. So those are the stickers we're giving away. I'll mail them anywhere in the world. If you won a sticker pack in the last 3 weeks, please refrain from joining in. Hi, Patty Dirt Clod Metal Detecting. Pardon me. Sinuses just cut loose. Okay. So, how many are in the house? Okay, so I'm gonna go that. I've got the number chosen already. Got the number chosen already. So choose a number between 1 and 18 and keep choosing until we tell you to stop, because there's 17 people in the house. Oh yeah. Okay, Mark the Berg Hunter. Nope, not yet. Oh, I see it. I see it. Stop. Cynthia? Who had the number 11 first? Scott. You did 17 twice, Scott. The number was 11. Scott had it? Okay, Scott. Cynthia's going to put my email address in the chat. Okay. Please email me your name and address for me to mail you these stickers. Congratulations. And that, I don't think Scott's ever won my giveaway before. And that. So next in line is Audra and Bobby of Jersey History Hunter. And they're going to talk about the success of the Dig It Dude event that was last weekend. Okay, I just saw something. What? 1 + 1. Funny, Mark. Mark the Burg Hunter. And I think that's probably what they'll be talking about is how the event went. And that sounds like it went very well. Sounds like everybody had a good time. And I'm just sorry that I wasn't able to go. But Donnie couldn't get time off. He's got a brand new truck, and my car, I can't do that. I can't risk it getting stranded somewhere and then expecting boyfriend to bail me out. That's not right. So that's why I didn't go. But I wanted to be there. So Audra and Bobby are next at 7 o'clock. I'm not sure if Ed Flash in Your Pan has anything planned for tonight. I think he's still on vacation. I think he was going to start back up in October. But he had been showing videos of he and his wife's trip to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan lately. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Then 9 o'clock is Papa Roos. Bill, what's in the dirt? Goodness gracious. Too much pollen. And that. And possibly it's going to depend on how late Bill's stream goes. And if Rob FL Thunder might go live during the hurricane. Depends on if he loses power or not. Depends on if they're too tired. But there's always a possibility that after Papa Roos What's in the Dirt, that Rob FL Thunder might go live tonight. No promises. So thank you hi David Elfin City Art. See if I missed anybody else at the last minute during my coughing fit from all the pollen. Goodness. Don't think. No, I think I'm caught up. Thank you everybody for coming. I'm sorry we couldn't dig in the cellar. I don't know what happened to those storms. I see dark clouds over there, but they haven't gotten to me yet. But thank you for everyone for coming, and we'll try again next week. So have a good night, everybody. Good, congratulations to Scott for winning the sticker pack. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. I'll see you later.